Okay, I'm gonna show you how to put in a sleeve, or a sleeve, two sleeves. And there's two ways that you could do this. It's both really kind of simple. I'm going to start to do the one with the safety pins. These are safety pins specially made for crochet and knitting. They don't have really sharp points, so they don't damage your material. I have a sleeve here, and here you've got your soon-to-be sweater. Now, you take what I do, you take a safety pin and you pin the top of the sleeve to your shoulder right here for right now. There you go, like that. And then you take the bottom, the armpit of your sleeve, and you pin it right here to the bottom of your panel right here. Now, I have sewn the panels together. There might be a little space left over right here, which there is, but I will sew that later on. We're now concerned about putting in the sleeve. One of the things to do is just pin the rest of the sleeve with the little safety pins, like this. Nice colorful pins. This is your front part. Make sure you don't pick up the back, because then you'll have the back and the front together to the sleeve. Here you go. Now we've reached your top. Right here. Turn over. And you go just like you did the other side. You put in your safety pins like this. Get a right nice and a red one, and a green one. Oh. There you go, almost to the top of the shoulder again. And you have basically put it in with your pins like this. Okay, now what we do is we get our special sewing needle, also a needle specially made for knitting and crocheting. And I will show you what we're gonna do right along the sides here to sew it in. We get the same color material that or the same color thread that we made our sweater of, and I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so now we're gonna sew our sleeve in, and just make sure you have it nicely connected here on the bottom before you go on. Just a couple of times back and forth like this, and we can remove our first safety pin just on the edges. You pick up a piece of the sleeve, piece of the back panel or front panel, like this. Going on to the next safety pin. Pull a little bit on it. Next safety pin coming up. Next safety pin will be removed. And we keep picking up the side stitches on our way to the shoulder. And on our way we'll be passing some more safety pins, and they will be removed as well. There we go. Pick it up. Pick up the stitches nice and neat. And remove the safety pin. And oops, There we go. Okay. Get out of there. We're almost at the top of the sleeve and where the shoulder is. We've got just a few more stitches to do. One more safety pin to remove. And here we get this one. There you go. We're on the top of the shoulder where we started with our first safety pin when we first started getting this little instruction. Now when you get your thread and needle, try to get a long tail, a long piece of thread, because otherwise you run out. Now look at this, how nice and neat we already put in the back part. Now we flip it over. There we go. Look at this. Here we got the nice first safety pin we started off with. There you go. And we do the exact same thing like we did on the other side. We pick up the stitches like so. I hope my big hands aren't in the way. Pick up the stitches, and when we get to the safety pins, we remove them. I'm sure you know exactly what to do by now. You pick up the stitches and you move on to the safety pin. When you get to the safety pin, you remove it and you go on to the next one, and so on. So I will meet you at the very bottom at the armpit when the sleeve is about finished to be put in. So I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so we've gotten all the way to the bottom of the sleeve, to the armpit, where we had our second safety pin, because when we started, remember, one here and one here. Now this one we remove too, and this is when the sleeve is put in. Now I told you in the beginning when I put the panels together that I wasn't exactly sure if it was the right measurement for the sleeve. So I left a little bit here, which means I have to sew this little part up, or otherwise we will have a hole in the bottom of our sweater, which we don't want. Nice and airy, but not what we want. And while we're doing that, you might as well sew the little tail that we started off with for the sewing in the sleeve. Just sew it along with this, so you don't have to worry about that one anymore. There you go. Just a little piece left. And then we have our sleeve put in, our sides right here nice and neat sewn up. All we have to do now is weave in and knot and cut off the threads, and then you're done with the sleeve. I will also show you how to put it in without the safety pins. You might find that easier or better to do, or maybe you don't have the safety pins, can't get them, don't want to buy them, and then you can do this other way of doing it. Okay, cut them off. This one right here, I'll put a little knot right here just to make sure that it won't come loose anymore. There you go. cut it off, and voila, we've got a sleeve all sewn in. Now we'll go to the other side, the other sleeve, and I'll show you how to put it in a different way, no safety pins, in just a sec. Okay, here we have the other sleeve and a different way of doing it. What I did is, you take a thread in a different color than what you're using, and again you measure out and you kind of make a couple of stitches right here like this. I cut it. Then you have the armpit secured. You go to your shoulder. This is where we did the other safety pin, but here we're gonna do it with this thread like this and cut it. And now go back to the armpit with your thread, and you just kind of, with big practice stitches, I call them, you sew, skip a couple of them. You don't have to do it really nice and neat, it's just that your sleeve is kind of in there. So instead of the safety pins, here you go. This thread just wants to keep on going with us. There you go, pick it up. And the next one. Oh, yeah, that's what happens when you have a big eye on your needle. This thin thread will easily go out. Okay, now there you go. Couple of more just to have, so you'll have the idea what to do, and I'm sure you do. And of course you do this on the other side as well. Instead of the safety pins, you've done it with thread. Now after you've done this, you get your regular color, cut it off, get your needle again, and now what you do is you do the same as you did on the other side. You secure your bottom. Let me see. There. You secure your bottom and you start stitching nice and neatly your stitches from your sleeve and your panel. Now when you're at it, you start removing this thread. Instead of the safety pins like we did on the other side, remember? Now we're gonna remove the thread. And the rest is simple and the same as you did on the other side. You just pick it up from the sleeve, pick them up right here from your panel, pull through, get this thread out so it won't be in the way, pick them up, pick them up. There you go. You see? Remove a little bit of this. So either way, you can do it whatever is easiest for you or whichever one you like better. It will both result in the exact same nice result of sewing in your sleeve. I hope this is clear to you. I would love for you to leave a comment in the comment box below. I'll continue sewing in the sleeve, and I will put on this little sweater in a little while so you can see what it looks like. It's one of my favorites. I'll see you in a little bit. And here it is, my little sweater. It's the EZ Breezy White Sweater, but I decided not to make any white. And this is the one with the sleeves that I just showed you how to put them in. So if you like it, leave a comment in the box below. And if you want to see how to make this sweater, just go to my shop in Etsy or Ravelry, and there you can find the EZ Breezy White Sweater, and you can make it any color you want to. I made mine green.